Well, what happened tonight is that the police, without warning, came into the protest site and started seizing a lot of camping equipment and sleeping bags and other things that belonged to people.
Yeah, so basically we were all just here camping out peacefully. We kind of thought we were fairly established, and the cops had just come in without any warning and just started tearing down people's tents and basically grabbing people's stuff and just chucking it in a big truck, like smashing it all up.
What the police were briefed to do, according to one senior police officer, was to warn people that people needed to take down their structures, and if they didn't do so they would be committing an offence, and then if they didn't take down their structures, then such items were seized. Some police officers seem to have done this, but a lot of police officers didn't do it. The items were seized, the property, and it was just thrown into the back of the council truck, and that has been taken away. It's not clear how people will be getting those items back. The police then went on to say that they're happy for people to stay here until tomorrow morning at least.
So, but does that count for this protest specifically, or is that just
people
at a general
level? People are allowed to stay,
level?
it's the property.
But that they're going to require people not to camp. So not to erect tents and not to sleep in sleeping bags, but they can sleep on top of sleeping bags and they can cover themselves with sleeping bags. The two options were put to the crowd. People could either go home and come back tomorrow or stay overnight, and the protesters unanimously decided to stay overnight, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, you've seen what happens when people go to their utmost to comply with police direction, to stage the most non-threatening, harmless protest that can ever be imagined. You know, there were people stressing over whether, you know, banner messages were too confrontational or not. And this is how the police deal with it. And how do we say we live in a democracy? How do we say we have a right to freedom of speech? Oh, you have to submit a permit for your right to freedom of speech. And if the police don't like the conditions that you set, they'll tell you no. I mean, we're not that far away from Joh Bjelke-Petersen's Queensland, where, you know, an assembly of 3 or more people is illegal, because that's in effect what happens. It's just not explicitly stated in the law anymore. Working with one of those officers, but
mate, I'm not going to ask you again. Stand back.
Why should I face the other way? What? Give me a reason. Is it an order? What is it? Why should I face the other way? Do you have a justification?